Yes, yes, yeah. You are tuned in to Offering Something. I am your host, Michael Bernier. And oh, by golly, I'm feeling so good to be alive. That is for certain. Yeah. Yo, you know I love you for tuning into the show. You're so sweet and nice. I also love our sponsors at Enjoy Your Life brand, New Balance, and Rockport Brewing Company. Wow, the people in the room today are amazing. That is the truth. To my left-hand side, the one and only amazing human, multi-instrumentalist, a one-man party, a positive force. Yo, it's Lee Ross.
Yeah, what up, what up? Hey, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. This is a great surprise for the bringing the fall here, the new season.
You make me feel fantastic, Lee.
Oh.
Over here to the left-hand side, a wonderful human being, Mr. Jonny Deups.
What's up, guys?
You know, just hanging out. To my right-hand side, first time on this show, many others together, Ryan Inc. Yeah, boy. And behind the switcher today, as always, Phall Roots. How you feeling over there? Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Let's dig into this. Lee Ross.
Yeah.
Will you first, in 3 sentences, define what happens when the music that you're creating when you're on the stage?
It's all about having the best time possible all the time. It's about making people smile, and it's about making everyone feel good, whether they're near, far. They don't even know how it's happening. That is the mission. That is the mission. That is the goal. And that's what I strive to do all the time.
So
that might have been 4 sentences. I apologize.
Yeah. You're playing the slowest, sad, depressing music to make this happen?
On occasion, if that's what'll make people happy, I probably won't do that. I probably will not make them that. Maybe they won't have the best time if that's what they need. But then again, if that's what someone needs to have a good time, I have a feeling they're probably not going to find their way to one of my shows.
So what genre is the music that you're creating, Lee? Lee Ross. Is that the full name?
That is Lee Ross. That is the name. Yeah. That is
the 7 letters.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Okay, back to the genre.
Yeah, that's 7 letters. That is, yes, that is.
I see everything.
Yeah.
So in my brain, I cheat on tests because I just really remember the textbook or my notes, and I go through it in my head. I don't have to know it. I just have it in there. It's a different approach.
That's incredibly useful.
I would be like, am I cheating? Because all I'm doing is flipping through my notebook in my head. Back to the genre.
Well, there's many genres going on at one time. It definitely all falls into the upbeat dance music. It's definitely a melting pot of some reggae and some old school funk. I definitely, started off with my saxophone playing, and I'm a big fan of P-Funk, James Brown, and all the funk masters. And you mix that with some other flavors that really get people into a positive vibe, and it really comes into
Take me through the process so people can truly envision in their minds what you actually create when you're on stage here.
Well, I'm a live looper. I don't have any preset or pre-recorded tracks or backing tracks of any kind. It's all made right in the spot. I'll start by making some drum sounds that come off of my keyboard and put them into my loopers, and then there's the drum sounds going on. I'll make some bass sounds because you can't have a dance party without some low end and some bass. So you got to get that mixed up. Then you got something, and then you'll switch to throw some organ, some keyboards over, loop that, and all of a sudden you got a song going, and then finish it off with some saxophone, just blasting on top of that. Mix it up and in and out. A few other things coming, throughout the thing. But that's how it
There's
all goes.
the build-ups that go on with
That is pretty much it. That is pretty much it.
It's a party.
Yeah.
And you come with more elements than just the sound. when you're out there, Lee?
It's I try to put out everything that I have within to offer. I try to offer all of me on when I'm
Why
going
not
up there.
take all of me?
Take all of me.
Jonny said, "Wait, the dude that had that dope light? That was his name? Wow."
That's how. So I play music too, and I knew he was legit when I looked up there and saw the guy's got his own neon plasma sign of himself on there.
That's right.
You sounded great at the Porch Fest. I went. And
Thank you very much.
You sounded great, man.
Thank you. Yeah, until your name is actually in neon light, it's you really can't consider yourself.
You're not sure
to
where you
actually
fit
exist
in.
even. Yeah.
No questions there.
So, the show is on the road.
It is. I'm on. I spend a lot of time on the road, racking up a lot of miles.
Give me an idea in 2023, which is the year that we're living in right now. How many shows have you played thus far, or do you know how many are on the schedule for the year?
I'm probably gonna guess that it's somewhere in around 120 to 130.
Yeah.
In that general range. At least generally I average
like a third of your days you're on a stage.
Yeah, I would say I average at least 2 days a week playing shows. It's has been as in the summertime or any time it can be up as many as 4 or 5 days on the road, on the road in a row. So it's it gets up there.
So this year you hit Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, Virginia.
Don't think I hit New Jersey, but I hit Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, Georgia, and Florida.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Canada.
What are you driving around in?
Technically, this is international.
International. We're here on Offering Something with international performing artist Lee Ross. Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's a good time.
Yeah. Did you enjoy Canada?
I did. I learned the language, and it was a really good time.
I learned the language. Nice work with that. So you're also a dude that is often on stage with other bands.
Yep, that is
right?
true. That is true. I've definitely done a lot of that in the past, and to this day, I definitely I love being on stage doing the one man thing, and that is definitely my specialty. But I have a whole bunch of love for being able to create music together with other people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a real special thing. That's what got me into it and to playing music in the first place. And so I try to jump at the chance, whenever possible for that.
I love it. I've seen you on stage with acts like Neighbor and Ricky James, who we love. Twiddle.
Yep,
is that true? Yeah. That's a thing right there. Mahali, good dude.
Oh, yeah.
Give me some other things that went on there.
I've done some playing with G Love and Special Sauce before. There's a band, La Special, that I've hit the stage with a whole bunch.
Oh, yeah.
Like real good homies for a long time.
Forever.
And truly ancient homies. And I mean, if you want to go like way back, I did a run with Guster before.
Look at you on the road with Guster.
It was it was some good times. Definitely some good
the sweater
times.
band? Is that the Sweater Guys?
They do have some.
If you want, is that the right band? To destroy my.
Isn't that Weezer?
Damn.
Weezer.
That's Weezer, man.
I never really got too deep into that subgenre.
It was but they're good boys. That was a long time ago, but there's a pretty long list of people that I've been able to share. I'm very blessed in that respect.
Was there a time where there was a thing called the Hornets?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's definitely what definitely got this whole thing kicked off way back in the day.
Because you would be like a 3-piece horn section, something like this.
We did have we would do a 3-piece, and then with that Guster run was actually one of the pinnacles of that project. We had a trumpet player and a bass trombone player, and we did a lot of work together. And then me and the bass trombone player, basically we were doing a lot of work for about 10 years together. Got me very much into the whole live looping world, and
what's the actual gadget that you use for the majority of the looping process? What's the
right now?
Is it a pedal?
It's a pad. It's a hand touch pad. It's it's definitely I don't think its primary purpose was specifically for looping.
What is it? Do you know what it is? Like who makes it? What's the model?
It's a Korg Chaos Pad is what it is.
Okay.
And it's definitely I think more centric to like effects and just making little samples for
Beats
playful
and
uses,
stuff,
some beats and stuff like that. I don't think it ever was meant to be able to create loops that would be a full band's worth of loops. So I'm pushing the thing to its limits. They break fairly regularly. I think I've gone through about 50 of them at this point.
You have looping pedals in your world, right, guy?
Maybe.
Yeah. And Johnny, you get down with this?
One. Yep. The Chaos, you use your finger, right?
Yep.
And it's got like all the squares.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I played with that thing.
They're fun to play with. There's a bunch of different iterations of them. There's a bunch of different. There's like anywhere from like little, very small ones to the more extensive ones. And
carry on with this. Show me through what is in front of you, because your setup. When people are like, "Oh, it's a solo guy, right?" You're like, "Yeah," but so is Zach Deputy.
Yeah.
And there's more pieces often than a band, so you have a full display around
Let's
you.
Let's start with the centerpiece. Let's start with the light.
The
Light lover.
There's Devin Hellman made that light for me. Actually, it was ordered by my wife. It was a little bit of a surprise Christmas gift, and I came home and that was there under the tree.
Who made it?
Shout out Devin.
Devin Hellman.
Light is a vibe.
Wow, nice work with that.
She did amazing. She does some amazing work with that.
I can call you Dev.
If you're ever in need of a light up sign, definitely hit her up. So I have the sign. The sign is up front.
Yeah.
I've got my I have 3 Chaos pads right in front of me. Each one has a different task. One of them controls all the keyboards and bass sounds. One of them controls all the drums. One of them takes care of anything that's wind, whether it be my voice or saxophone.
So each of these 3 is doing a different looping operation.
That's
But
right.
are they somehow synchronized together? Is there any?
They're not exactly quantum. They're all set to the same speed or the same tempo, the same BPM.
But there's room for human error between them.
There's a room for, and a lot does occur. I can assure you of that.
Yeah. Okay.
So so those 3 are right in front of me. So
that keeps you on point a little more.
My brain has broken and melted several times throughout this whole experiment for sure. That definitely happens.
Okay, carry on through this setup before I have.
So I got my 3
questions about
Chaos
that.
pads. I then have the main keyboard in front of me that covers about 90% of all the sounds I make, whether it be drums and bass, keyboard sounds. That's the major piece. That's what.
What is this piece?
It's a Yamaha SX70, and that is.
Is that a nice piece?
It's a nice piece.
Is it like full keyboard size? Or
It's
is it one of the smaller?
It's
like
one
a
of the
MIDI?
smaller ones.
How many keys are on it, Lee?
70.
See what I'm growing to respect right now about Lee is that he doesn't really care about the gear that much. It's more so about the functionality.
The
of
energy is what puts it across.
Yeah, well,
for sure.
it's your performance and then the function of the thing. You're not like this, oh, no, you got to get the rolling E649 and then sync it through, run it into this. But make sure you put this one before, because when you do that, you get this really cool phase effects, and it can be out of 30. That stuff like Nico. It's a little too much sometimes.
I mean, there's a
Love you, Nico.
there's you can go down that rabbit hole of all the super inner workings of it. I don't want too many reviewers to fall asleep by that point. They're like, what is this guy talking about?
Mail him some gear to test out.
But yeah, there's definitely some ins and outs that I guess you're right. I guess I'm not exactly a gearhead. I mean, sax in terms of instrumentation wise, saxophone is definitely my main thing. Everything else is like helping to create a foundation to just have a good time.
Yeah, I'm really good at sidetracking you here. So now it's the main keyboard in front of you, right?
Main keyboard in front of me, and then on my right side,
Nice
I have
piece.
one other keyboard that's also a very beautiful piece, and it's a very kind of it's a Roland organ. It's a digital organ. So instead of having to carry a old Leslie speaker and a full 1,000-pound organ around, I have a fairly inexpensive, very breakable, very fragile digital organ, of which I'm on my 3rd one of those.
Oh.
And that's gets all the organ sound, you get all that nice backbeat for some that nice old school reggae sounds of like that backbeat and some old school funk, just nice big organ swells, and get all that sounds out of that guy.
So that's
That's
over
off to
here.
my right. And then on the left, I have a mixer that I roll with that just puts it all together and sends it out to whatever speakers are going to be put into the people. And that's kind of like my Millennium Falcon of stuff. I have I got everything around me. It's all within reach.
And then you have the light on the front from Devin.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, you're amazing, Devin. And then there's also other lights that you roll with.
I roll with some other lights just in case if any place I'm playing at doesn't have a lot of lights or something. I can get a little.
You gotta make sure you got the vibe up there.
Get a little flashy. Gotta get it a little flashy.
And not to be overlooked at all is the time and thought that goes into what I will call outfits that you wear.
Like, I mean, you gotta look good, right?
Yeah.
It's a show. We're putting on a show here.
I mean, like, bedazzled 100%, glitterati, shining up there. Yeah. It's
a
good thing.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Your attention to detail is
I was gonna say I
phenomenal.
didn't see that part. I saw the light that had the
I
light.
think I've seen a white
And
suit.
then-
You wear a white suit, I think.
I
at
have
least
busted out
once,
some various color suits on the occasion. Actually, it was
Very-
I used to keep it kind of not simple. I used to try to look. I was like looking good on stage, but I went to New Orleans. One of my trips to New Orleans, I just for some reason came across a lot of different sport coats. I was like, I'm gonna buy that. And then there's another one. Oh, I'm gonna buy that. And there's another one. Oh, that's really nice too. I'm gonna buy that. And all of a sudden,
Thrift
he's like,
store
you know what?
purchases?
They're all thrift store
Okay.
art sale
Okay.
artist purchases. So yeah, they weren't just
Not
random.
300 and
Not random random Armani suits. Like, that's a nice Armani suit. I'll buy that. Sure. We're not there yet.
Look at me now.
But all of a
see
sudden
me.
I was like, wow, I think this suits what I'm trying to put across here. Instead of, oh wow, using that word a lot now. This is appropriate for what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, throw a nice little jacket on. Be like, wow, this guy means something. I should probably listen to what he's doing.
It definitely, many overlook the fact that when you're on stage, as much as you're there to do whatever your craft is, be it a comedian or a musician, that you should also recognize that you're on stage and it's a show and the overall purpose is entertainment. So have some purpose and associated with the way that you look.
I think
I'm learning here. Pat, you took a note. We got to get some coats.
You don't want to look up
Get
on
some nice
stage and be like,
blazers.
yo, these dudes just
Couple
came out of
blazers
baseball
for us.
practice.
I think it's a way to show respect in a lot of ways. When you're showing respect to yourself, you're showing respect to the stage, which you're on this stage. You're blessed to be able to be on this stage. These people. If there's people out in front of you, these people took time out of their day and possibly some money out of their wallet to come be there. You want to show a respect on. Hey, I'm gonna make it worth your time and worth all of our efforts.
You will.
I'm gonna try. Do my
And
best.
then there's another layer to the Lee Ross cookie cake with milk in the middle. He has solid milk. He has a dancer on stage with him.
My beautiful wife, Stefania.
Oh my god!
Oh my God! Was that the?
Yeah.
Was that?
I was like, yo,
was it a
can we
mermaid?
also-
She was a fish. She was a
Yes,
fish.
and you
yeah.
had a huge. Yeah. Okay, I get it.
When-
it all makes sense to me now.
When we confirmed Lee for the performance at Porch Fest, I then asked, "Hey, is it possible that we could also hire your dancer to be there too?" And he was like, "Yeah, I think so."
That's
She
perfect.
was very excited about that. She was really grateful, and she's done a lot of shows where she's been up on stage and we have a real good time doing it. There's a great response.
Yeah.
But that was one of the first time. That was the first time I think. That was definitely the first time where there was a specific request for the booking of
I
the
wanted
gig.
to show my
that
love.
Specifically requested that the dancer be present on this show.
Hype lady.
Dude.
Hype man, now hype lady.
That's right.
I like it.
Stefania
she's
Amore.
dancer.
Stefania, she's really a part of the show in my
She
mind.
She was.
She's definitely made her mark on the show for sure.
So when I became hip to her was during the COVID times, where Lee Ross just took that and took it to the moon, bro. You built your brand then, the whole like cookie jar thing, logo was locked in, like everything you took over in that time and really capitalized on it and built an audience. And when you came out of it, they were there for you. You had a good thing.
It's a real good thing, and I mean, it certainly was making the best of a less than ideal situation. But yeah, truly, there's still to this day, I still get people come up to me, and it's a great feeling. They're like, you know what, you really helped me get through that hard time. And that means, it gives me all the warm fuzzies. But when I hear that,
I was living outside of my house at some point with the COVID thing, and I'd be watching your videos late at night.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It was special. I mean, it's, you really just, there was definitely a lot of musicians, I think, that took advantage of that, which is awesome. It made a lot more people aware of a lot more different things, and I'm very, very grateful to have been able to take part in that.
Yeah, I love it. And that's where it wasn't just like you in your shower. Nothing against you, Will Daly. I love you.
That was on a different website.
Yeah.
Will's the man.
But that's where, I mean, you had the set, all beautiful lights everywhere. You guys were dressed up for that every time. She's dancing in her shiny outfit. It was nice. I was like, yeah, they must actually really like each other and love each other, these two. She doesn't have to be doing this.
She does not. She does not. For some reason, she's still hanging around with me. It's wild.
So where's your next show?
The next show is I'm going to be doing some music tomorrow night. I will be in.
Time is kind of irrelevant in this space.
It is tough. It's tough. I'll be at Luke's Lounge doing warming up for the weekend.
Where's Luke's Lounge?
It's in Hudson, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
That's
Luke's
like
Lounge.
it's a show that I'm starting to. I'm gonna work on. I think this is gonna be the first time I think I'm even breaking this. I'm gonna start calling some of my shows the Lee Ross Light.
Yeah.
That's a little bit more of like a little lounge, a little dinner atmosphere. I wouldn't say there's going to be as many of the flashy lights. May not be hitting some of those really hard dance beats quite as hard. But you want to come up and have a drink, get some wings, chill, talk with your friends, and maybe hear some music in the background. And there's Lee Ross Light helping out.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to be kicking off the day after that on Friday in Manchester, New Hampshire, kicking off my Love and Cookies tour, because I'm going to be dropping a new album in about 2 weeks.
Where in Manchester are you playing? What's the place called?
I'm going to be playing at the Shaskeen. And I'll be playing along with a band from Boston called The Chops. So it's a good bill put on by Jigs Music, and looking forward to that.
We love you, Jigs. You know that, buddy.
Yeah, Jiggy.
Yeah. So, where am I here? The shows. I had something else to throw in here, and I've lost it. Oh, God.
Music and shows. Steph dancing all over the place.
Yep.
Being
No,
awesome.
I was sidestepping, and it's gone. Yeah.
How do you feel about the Enjoy Your Life beer? Isn't that the first time you tried it?
This is the first time This is the first time that I've enjoed some Enjoy Your Life.
Three words that describe the beer. What besides
so
Enjoy
for
Your
Lee,
Life?
that means 9 words.
Wait, I'm always seeing double, so it's always 6 words, 8 words, 7 words.
Why is he seeing double?
This is phenomenal.
I like it. One word.
Right, those are my 3.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh well, this is phenomenal. Yeah. Joke's on me. Jesus.
That's 3.
Success.
Hey, cheers to that.
Cheers to you, mate. Yeah.
And I want to thank you. Not only I want to thank you again for having me here, and all the help that Evolvement Music has helped with creating some opportunities for me to keep on doing my thing and keep it moving.
The thing is, Lee, if you observe Evolvement Music over time and the artists that remain in that family, it's all the sweet and nice people like you. Like you don't just put on the show and you're all happy and whatever. Our communication right now and all times is we share in this, like, just wanting to have the best time. So when we communicate, it's always like this little fairy tale bubble, beautiful thing that exists. And I see how you communicate with others, and you're a good person.
I appreciate
and that's
that.
what, like, for me, I want to know if somebody is calling on Evolvement Music to put somebody in their space that's going to be in front of their clientele, whether it be a festival, a concert hall, a bar, whatever it is, that it's a person that is kind, that I'm not going to be like, Lee's going to go in there and lose it when they're like, oh no, actually you don't get a steak and cheese sub, you get a hamburger sub. You're not going to be like, what? right?
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, there was one time I was really, really hungry, but no, I don't. And I believe that doesn't necessarily need to be a fairy tale. You know, what I put out on stage comes from an honest place, and I try to put who I am out there, and why can't we all just be nice and just the positivity should, if it starts with the one, it can go to another and another after that. So
I agree.
keep that moving.
Do you think that Ryan Inc? Do you think that Lee is a nice guy?
Of course.
You do.
Of course.
You think he's being honest when he says these things, or is this a show?
Yeah, no, I think this is a pretty consistent message.
He's a
the
genuine guy.
bubblegum fairy tale. Is that what you referred to him?
I don't know if I said bubblegum fairy tale, but I'll take
Somebody
claim
rewind
for
that in
that.
the
I
back
like
and let
it.
us know.
Pretty good,
Is it a
Bubblegum fairy tale.
bubby gum? Let's
Even
go with
better.
that.
Went for a bubby gum fairy tale, ladies and gentlemen. You heard him. He said it first.
Yeah, but you like him too, Johnny?
Yeah, he's a solid dude. Definitely.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Let's go rewind into this album here.
Yeah.
So I have questions here. Where did you record the album?
The album, the majority of it was recorded by Brendan Connors at 32 Foot Studios.
Oh, I've heard this. Yeah, a bunch of
local?
times.
That studio is based in the South Shore area, kind of near Brockton, Rockland.
Rockland is the town?
That's right. Rockport is the beer.
Yeah,
Rockland
Rockland.
is
There it is.
That side.
Shout out Rockport Brewing
who's the
Company.
engineer at 32? What is it? 32?
That's 32 Foot Studios. That's Brendan Connors, and I've been working with him for a while. And I've known him for a real long time. Really good guy. He's worked with a lot of different artists. Does a lot of great stuff in the music industry in various ways. And it was an experimental process. I came into there. I came in there wanting to record one song. My
Brad.
one track Cookie Jar.
Oh, that was
the only one I was going to record, and then it went so well. I was like, all right, well, let's record another song. Let's try this, and that process eventually turned into a 9-song album.
All originals.
All originals.
Do the songs have lyrics?
They do. Half of them do.
Half of them do.
Yep.
Okay.
I've got.
And is it a verse, chorus structure going on here?
Loosely.
Loosely.
There are definitely choruses and verses.
Are you a big fan of the bridge?
It's so sometimes
there's a challenge with the bridge in the looping world, isn't there?
Exactly. Based on
and that hasn't been overcome yet.
Well,
how are people overcoming that? They always go to like a breakdown.
There
are
are ways getting to the third stage of section for a song. I have been pushing to try and do that as I've been getting a little bit more comfortable with my different devices, methods, and ideas. There's ways to do that, and I've been starting to do that a little bit more. These songs were written about 3 years ago, so they're still in the earlier stages.
Pre-technology.
And it took a long time for the album to get done. So it's an interesting thing where like the album's finally done, but now I don't really sound like that too much anymore. So it's
everybody goes through that process. That's what goes on for everyone. By the time you're done recording your album, you're like, we don't even play these songs anymore. Now we got to act like this is the front line again.
I just want to make sure I hit every cliche in my musical career at some point.
Yeah. Is there people that are featured on this album?
There's only one other person besides me that
Who's that
contribute.
person?
That is Renee Dupuis, who is also from the North Shore area, an amazing singer who I met through my shows with Neighbor, and I had her come in and do some backup vocals.
Who does she perform with? Renee Dupuis. Is she out there in the world playing shows?
She's
studio person,
like pretty much everything. She does just about everything. She teaches, performs, freelance, all the whole thing.
Yeah,
and she's out there a bunch, and she's pretty fantastic. So I'm excited that she's got a pretty prominent amount of spots on the album.
Ooh, yeah, that's great. And the album basically is out right now when y'all are seeing this here. What's the name of the album?
The album is called Love and Cookies.
Love and Cookies. You have any questions about that title? No questions.
Sounds very inviting to me.
Yeah, I want to eat it up, bro.
I'm not trying to be subtle. I'm trying not to be. It is what it is.
Let's go back to Johnny having no questions about the title of the album being Love and Cookies. That just strikes you as absolutely a normal title?
No, I figured one of the songs maybe on it was Love and Cookies or something to do with cookies.
Is there a song on the album? There is a song about cookies, but there's no Love and Cookies track, right?
Well,
late at night, I like to put my head on a cookie.
There's certainly the flagship tune is certainly very devoted to the concept of milk and cookies. And there's definitely one track that's very devoted to the concept of love. There's a lot of love that kind of is a recurring theme throughout the album.
Yeah.
And there's definitely at least one song where the word love and the word cookies both appear in the song.
Okay. Love and Cookies. So the title is more so based upon the theme of the album. You just assume that.
Lyric relevance.
Yeah.
We like it.
Okay. I like Love and Cookies.
They're both great things.
Cookies.
Especially the warm ones that come right out of the oven.
I'd like to hope that the vast majority of people on this planet are very into at least one of those things.
Yeah. 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 There are people that aren't into
Does everyone in this room fall into that?
I like both
Both?
love
Sign me
and
up for
cookies.
Both?
For
I
breakfast.
absolutely love, and I love cookies.
Both? Oh, okay. All right. So I was gonna say at least
He had a slight hesitation on the love part, so he's currently tainted.
5 for
but
5.
All right. All right.
he has his love on hold for the moment. Says Phall Roots.
Well, this is a good start. This is a good, if this was a representation of the world,
You're hitting
the numbers seem to work.
Really, they do. It's a 9 out of 10, 90%.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
It's very solid.
Wait, who doesn't like cookies in this room?
He said his love was on hold.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, you love cookies, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it's 9.
Last night about 2:33 a.m. Smashed about 3 or 4 of them and went back to bed.
Nice.
Wow.
When you wake up.
Middle of the night cookies.
That's right.
I'll do that with orange juice. Run to the fridge, pound that down like I'm a savage.
I do
right
that
out of the
too. Why is
bottle.
that? Is it like a sugar thing?
I don't know.
I'll like
It's
naturally
just
wake
so
up
good.
1:30 in the morning.
Savage. Yeah. My wife doesn't know I put my mouth right on that orange juice bottle. Shit.
Oh, she's gonna be pissed. Shout
She
out
probably
Matt's
wakes up a
orange
couple
juice.
hours later, does the same thing anyway. It's like, he doesn't know that I'm doing this, but
I don't think she would do that. She thinks I would do that, though. She might wipe it before she takes it. Oh, yeah. 9 tracks, Love and Cookies.
that's right.
Available everywhere,
Available
streaming
everywhere.
platforms, all the things.
November 15th, available everywhere. The first single is dropping November 3rd.
Isn't that? Yeah, that's pretty much today, too.
Close,
That's
yeah.
we're getting pretty darn close.
In the future.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all
First
happening
album.
very fast. First studio album, yeah. First album, I guess, yeah. First studio or otherwise.
Right on. Pat, do you want to switch out here? Any of you guys?
Questions, Patrick?
I can see his leg shaking over there. He's starting to freak me out a little bit, so I don't know.
Always high.
Patrick, what kind of questions you have for Lee Ross here? You've seen him perform.
Yeah,
How
I
did that
have
make you feel?
I've seen him perform. I think the first
There you
time
go.
I saw Lee perform was 2019. Rewinding it back, and I go into the Cabot Theater. I got great seats this particular night.
Yes.
And I
That's
see
a good
this.
one.
I see this dude up there with a purple tiger striped jacket and this big ass hair going on, and I'm like, "What the fuck is this? This is awesome!" And there's Lee Ross with this whole get up. Dun, 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 dun. He had this tequila thing going on, and he had a bunch of other songs. We were like, "Yeah, this kid's radical." Like. It was badass, and he was opening up for Maceo Parker, which
That was
is
a very special night.
it must have been. I was right there in the front row. I'm surprised you don't remember me. No,
I was playing to you the whole night.
Classic Phall Roots.
I remember
right
that
there.
guy.
That's my guy for this show.
There he is.
Yeah, so it was a great night, and like I said, Maceo Parker's a legend, and he told some kick-ass stories. I wonder what it was. What was it like to hang out with Maceo Parker?
He did compliment my jacket.
Right on.
That was it was brief. I've met Maceo a couple times. I've seen him play
Bunch.
a bazillion
Me
times
too, yeah.
as a young saxophone player. I mean, he's one of the go-to.
He's
guys.
the guy.
He's the guy.
Yeah.
So that night,
Maceo.
that night it was a pretty brief interaction, but it was special to be sharing the stage. And I remember I was very excited for that whole situation as it unfolded. And then when I drove up to the theater and saw the marquee with his picture and name and my name fairly large underneath it, it was a wave of.
That's gonna be a great feeling.
It was very surreal. It was really. So I was like, oh, this is really
Maceo.
happening right now. And it was cool. That was a really special night for sure. Thanks for being at the show.
Well, yeah, thanks for having me. And then here we are now. Who would have thought it? But that's what's great about this show, anyways. Things like this, I was like, man, it was because that was the first time I've ever seen you. Like,
Was that a looping operation?
That was a full on looping operation. That was when I was kind of getting close to starting to nail down at least that iteration of my show, and because I started this project in 2016. And so 2019, it was it'd been going for a few years, but it was kind of starting to hit one of its beginning strides. I was like, I think I might know what I'm trying to do, maybe. Yeah. And actually, the first song I played that night has made its way onto my album. But at the time, I referred to it as song number 1 and made a little joke on stage about the time. Like, that's my first song I wrote. I called it song number 1. And that song has evolved. It has full lyrics and everything. It's actually a song that's called Ode to Okra.
Ode to Okra?
Ode to Okra.
Like actual okra?
Not exactly, but there's actually
the vegetable.
It's the and one of my first time in New Orleans, I was staying at a friend's house, and there was this vegetable truck that would drive by every morning, and it was awesome. This crazy painting, it was like a fruit stand truck, old pickup truck. Yeah. And the guy had a megaphone, almost like it was like straight out the blues, like the Blues Brothers style megaphone, big megaphone strapped to the top of the truck. And he would be driving by and he'd hear, I have apples, I have bananas, I have oranges. And it would just be that same groove going on. I was like, I'm like already grooving. And now I'm going to go outside and get some vegetables. And so that always stuck with me for a bunch of, to this day, I can hear that. And his name was Mr. Okra.
Oh, right.
Mr. Okra.
There it is.
And
right
so
he wasn't I have okra. That wasn't
he might have. He might have. I mean, there was one time I ran out. I missed him because it was a late night the night before. But I ran out there and he was already down the street. I was like, no,
Mr. Okra.
I need my vitamin C.
How do you end up on stage with Twiddle?
That's I played some shows where Ryan Dempsey, their keyboard player, showed up at my shows, and we hit off, became buds, and he sat in for a couple of my shows, and then he happened to be in town. I happened to have the night off, gave him a call, and he invited. He's like, "You want to come play some saxophone with us?" And I said, "Heck yeah!"
Perfect.
Yeah, worked out real nice.
Being in the game.
Yeah,
right on.
I also one of the times I played with G Love.
Mahali,
it was at the Cape Cod Blues and Roots Festival.
Ooh.
And one of the acts that did be after G Love, it was like a big super jam. It was G and Mahali and Chad from State Radio. And
Chad
so we were up there.
Stokes,
So I was
what a
hanging with
good
Mahali
person.
a little bit on that. So a number of the people in Twiddle, I've had our paths have crossed on a number of occasions.
Was it Houseman on the drums and Jimmy Jazz on bass?
Yes, indeed.
That one, right on.
Yep.
Gotta give a shout out to those boys.
You guys are great.
So what is the Lee Ross G Love initial connection?
That was an interesting combination.
Keep me interested.
There was a real good buddy of mine, Corey Scheckman, who's was the saxophone and keyboard player for the New Motif and is now the keyboard player for
Shecky.
He's the keyboard player now touring with Spafford. Real good buddy of mine. We played a lot of fun gigs together. We played with We played at Pink Talking Fish together. We played with Pigeons playing ping pong together.
Yeah.
And he actually played piano on G's Christmas album.
Oh.
And G invited him out for a gig, but Corey was on the road with a different band, so he gave me a call. I said, hey, would you want to go play some saxophone with G? I was like, I think that sounds like a fun
I can do this. And how'd that go for you first night?
Fantastic.
Did you like G-Love?
Fantastic. It was a really
Garrett.
good time.
Yeah.
It was funny, actually, at that show, my boss from my last day job was there. That was a really funny encounter. See? Frank? What are you doing here? I'm like, I'm playing with G-Love.
This is what happens when you quit your job and do what you want to do.
I'm on
Good
stage,
things.
bro.
Yeah.
Do what you love and go enjoy your life.
You have some connection to G-Love? Phall Roots?
Yeah, I have a little connection with G.
Surfing buddies? or something?
Surfing, yeah, we did some surfing, and I did some promoting of his shows throughout the years, and got to open up for his shows.
Philly G-Love.
Philly G, the Cobblestone Prince.
What, you got an itchy leg over here?
Yeah, bouncing around. But yeah, I mean, I met G down in Florida a long time ago. With some friends, my buddy Jay Alders and the boys from Donovan Frankenreiner's band, and now they play with JJ Gray and Mofro.
Yeah.
And then I see G up here surfing, and we're trying to promote this show, and he's like, he's like, this is your home hood? Now I'm from the North Shore of Boston. I'm like, yeah. He's like, I thought you were from Australia. I'm like, no. So then we started surfing together, and promoting shows for him on Hampton Beach, and we've been
Beach,
bros.
New Hampshire.
We've been bros since, and G's one of the best rock
Think
stars.
G's one of the real ones?
I do, because he'll call you when it's not showtime, or he'll talk to you. In between. It's like, hey man, you're in town for promote one show for you, but he'll make contact with you throughout the year.
Yeah,
Surfs up, stuff like that. So shout out to G.
What up, G?
G, you got to come on the show.
Buddy,
We're offering
let's
something.
go.
Where is he tonight? Isn't he playing somewhere local tonight?
G is in Manchester tonight, I believe, doing a kind of a townhouse rally for, I think, a presidential candidate or something like that.
No idea. I don't know anything about that world.
Yeah.
Hear ya.
So I think he's in Manchester doing that after party show for a candidate.
Yeah.
So
You on your way there after this or what?
yeah, we're headed there. We're
Yeah,
coming.
he's going to give a
coming to your
speech.
town.
Phall Roots, what do you have to say on this topic?
Legalize it, New Hampshire.
That is going to make it all right.
You can buy whiskey on the highway, but you can't buy a bag of grass in town.
That's actually
Very
crazy.
interesting. It's a good point you raise here.
Live free or die.
Except not really.
So
And
you
don't
wanna have
drive
fun.
through our state with mass plates. Definitely not.
Not with dreadlocks.
Oh my God! I better be doing the speed limit.
You better watch out.
Speed mass plates, dreadlocks. If it says 65, I can't go over 65.
You see Lee getting pulled over with his purple jacket
Oh,
and
my
the tiger stripes?
For so long, that 101 was 55 miles an hour, and everybody with New Hampshire plates is driving 65, 70. Everybody with mass plates is just doing 55. It's every one of us is like, go 56 and get pulled over here. That's it. It's not cool. Live free or die. We'll just get some tickets. What else aside from the album is exciting? It's very exciting. What else is exciting, Lee? Excitingly,
I mean,
Lee?
it's very exciting, Lee.
generally, Lee, loosely.
Generally, loosely, excitedly, and amazingly. That is certainly taken up a lot of my brain space over the last,
Literally.
not only a few years, but certainly it's been pretty heightened over the last few months. And I got a handful of shows that are going to definitely be focused on promoting that album. I guess on November 17th, I have a show at the Middle East downstairs that I'm going to refer to more or less as the
Album release party.
Although only because of the date that the album actually comes out officially, the 2 days before that show. So I guess technically that's the show.
Is there going to be a tangible item like a vinyl, a CD, a cassette,
I am
a
not.
DVD?
I decided not to make CDs on this time around. I've done CDs on previous albums with different projects, but it just seems like it just.
You think it's archaic?
Well,
But you'll
I
do
think,
no form of it, don't you?
I
Is it
think
something
that
you
I
want?
think that once they stopped making cars automatically with the CD
Yeah,
player.
yeah,
I think
got
I think that was the end. Now
Yeah.
it's just digital now, and I think I could definitely see myself putting out some vinyl, because that seems to be the people that collect vinyl and listen to vinyl,
Like the connoisseur
the
type,
connoisseurs
yeah.
of the sound. That seems to be. I think that outnumbers people who listen to CDs these days.
For certain. I agree with this.
I kind of want to go
Some
back to
people will be
cassettes.
like, I just want to have it. I'm going
still
to
have my
buy this
bootlegs.
CD, but I'm never going to listen to it. I want to buy it so I can have the thing, but I'm just going to download it anyway.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to be rolling with that route for now. That's what people are doing, and but this all throughout the months of November and December, it's going to be the Love and Cookies tour, and dropping the whole tour schedule tomorrow. So going to be putting the promo into overdrive.
I know you're clearly handing out love, like spraying love out of a machine gun from the stage, like sweating love, like. But are you throwing cookies out there too?
I have
snacks.
actually that was actually Stefania's first role within the show. Before
She was the cookie thrower?
She was the cookie goddess. Before the actual live streams where she was
Cookie
dancing
goddess.
full time, she would come up on stage for the cookie jar tune. I would have a cookie jar in my hand filled with a different type of cookie each night, and then I would hand the jar off to her, and she would walk around the crowd handing out cookies to people.
Do you always have the 10-foot long fishing pole that lights up with the
that was
the
only-
human
that was
shark on
only-
the end?
That particular one was only for these Halloween shows. For the Halloween season. That was our little Halloween. We're also very big fans of Halloween and the.
I'm
the,
just making
the,
sure because that
couple
was
the couple costume.
That's added ticket cost right there if you get that experience with the Lee Ross.
We had
Oh,
missed
yeah.
the memo that was a witch-centric event of the haunted nature.
It was called Witches of Porch Fest. But,
Yeah, we don't read so well.
yeah. It's tough. Did you go to school?
I tried. I did.
Where did
I
that happen?
I went to school at Boston University.
Will be you.
And, so I
Not
guess
only did
is
he
that
go to
actually-
school, but he
He's
went
a
to
hockey
school.
player.
I was definitely not a
didn't even
hockey
say
player. And
BU.
the one time that I actually went to a hockey game, they got trounced like 9-2. I was
Oh,
like,
man.
Trounced. I would never use
Is
that
that
word.
92? Does that happen to be you?
not like, I mean, one of the BU players like was skating backwards and like bumped into his goalie and like
Oh,
moved
man.
the goalie out of the way, so the puck just like went right in. And I know that we're that school is known to have a very strong
Yeah.
hockey team, and
That's
we
not
were all-
system hockey. Tell him, Pat.
That's
Oh,
right.
dude,
played
system
system
it's
hockey.
individual.
Take his shirt. I
Don't
pull
get going
up
on the
his
hockey.
shirt. Next thing you know, I'm
Total hockey.
jacking him up. He says.
He's
I'm retired.
Definitely hoping that the gloves come off kind of hockey player over here.
I score a bunch of goals.
He
but
wants that
don't-
ice to be.
No,
He wants to
Shorzy
really
over
see the
here.
contrast of the red on the ice being
just-
blood.
Yeah, don't fuck with me.
Okay, that's clear.
Bring the
Thank
love
you.
back.
Yeah, let's go back to the love. It's not blood and cookies. No.
Lost
Oh.
boys.
I feel great.
Yeah, me too.
I felt really great when I came in here, but I feel even greater
Yeah.
now.
It's comfortable, right?
Yeah.
You're comfortable with yourself, Lee Ross, right? This is obvious. You're happy to be you. You're not in here trying to be your neighbor or the guy on the TV
Neighbor.
screen. Like, you're Lee Ross.
I have
You're-
to spend a lot of time with me, so I try to get along with it.
Yeah. So
You know what you're looking at when you're looking in the mirror, right?
Yeah.
I know.
It's usually not too much of a shock, but except for a couple days here and there. But yeah,
and I love you for that. So how do you feel you came to a position in your life where you're comfortable with yourself, where these things lined up? Because there are several people out there, a large percentage of the population, that is completely uncomfortable with the person that they are and somehow will put no effort into changing that. So what did you do to become comfortable with yourself? Were you always just happily Ross?
not always.
Happily
So
Lee
you
Ross?
did that. I saw what you did. That Happily Ross.
Clever!
Certainly Ross.
Certainly.
Kind
Ross.
of funny.
Sharp.
No.
Certain.
He didn't even.
So
know
how
he
did you
did it
get
on
so
that one.
good at being you and just feeling comfortable in your own skin? Because
I
that
mean-
is, unfortunately, not the case for everybody.
Not to make a shameless plug for the brand of Enjoy Your Life, but that's true. I mean, that's truly. It sounds.
Plug it up,
it
baby.
sounds simple and it sounds like a cliche, but that's really it. I mean, it's if you're not doing what you truly want to do, then I feel like you're always going to be thinking about what you would prefer to be doing versus what you're actually doing. But then I guess, you also have to, there's also, you have to go about and create a way for you to do that. And it takes a large amount of work. And I try to put in the thousands of hours and still constantly putting in the thousands of hours to do it and try and, continue each day. So to keep on doing it each day, to wake up and, all right, here's another day. Still doing what I want to be doing, and I feel like if you're doing that and taking control of the situation as much, not for a situation that's uncontrollable, it gives you a little bit, at least, it may not always go right every day, might not always be the best day, everything might not always fall the way you think it is, but in the end, even the worst day is not.
Here we are. It's not that bad. You know what I was telling these guys before you got here?
What's that?
As I was talking about you behind your back.
Yeah.
I was. I said, Lee is out there hustling. If he keeps on doing what he is doing, in 2 years from now, he is going to be on all the festivals.
You
He's
did
going to be
say
a
that.
staple on the festival circuit. People are going to look at it in this super unique way where he fills a certain niche in the event, niche, whatever y'all want to call it. And it's a one-man thing. So there is, I'm presenting all sides here. I'm telling you what I told them. It also, for the promoters, talent buyers, it's cost efficient. I think that the work that you are putting in now, that of course there's nights where you're like, what am I doing? That work that you're putting in right now is becoming very obvious to people. I'm telling you, and I know that you see it. You're seeing that things are becoming a little bit easier for things to happen, but I can see that that seed, that what was a seed is about to go from the sprout to something wonderful if you continue what you're doing. That's what
I
blooming.
I'm like,
You gonna give it some rain, Pat?
Blossom.
Like
I
you
appreciate that projection.
I'm really confident that if you do what you're doing, that in 2 years, all those other kids that made that transition, you're going to be on those things. Definitely.
Well, he does have a good circuit going right now. Strange
does.
Creek,
He
right?
knows what I'm talking about.
I definitely hit some of the festivals a bit
You do.
here and there. Definitely, it's all I know for sure is that
All over the country, the multiple month tours with these acts. You know what I'm talking about. It's right there. It's going to happen. It's right there. It's right there.
I am not going to stop working.
I know you're not.
If it comes to fruition like that, I'll just keep on working that much
You
harder.
heard it right here on Offering
It's
Something.
coming to fruition. 100%. In 2 years, we'll watch this section together. You already know what's happening anyway, and we'll be like, well, it happened.
That is a lot of good encouragement. I appreciate that.
It's
Thanks.
not even encouragement. It's honesty, Lee. Honestly.
certainly.
I never get tired of that.
I can't.
It's definitely.
Yeah.
Should I keep going?
Specifically that.
Possibly.
Yeah.
No. We need more positivity than that. Possibly.
Exactly.
Typically. This is something different.
Crikey. Lee. Where are you from, Lee? Are you from Massachusetts?
Not originally. I grew up in Connecticut, just outside of New Haven.
Oh, right on.
And
New
but
Haven.
I've been in Boston, the greater Boston area, for quite a while though. At this point,
Roger that.
This is New Haven, isn't it? New Haven, Connecticut.
Bojo.
United States of America. Reineck knows what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Chief.
Jim Morrison, you know who he is?
oh, that's I.
Ladies
what
and
I-
gentlemen, from Los Angeles, California, The Doors.
I can't believe that New Haven. It's in the song.
It's in it.
It's in Beast Frog.
It is, and that's a good song.
That's
too.
a great tune.
Right on the streets in the town of New Haven.
That's right. That's right.
And
Was
it's
it
got
blood
like a
stained
funky
I,
song.
streets?
I've seen many. I saw many
Venice.
concerts at that arena where that happened. It's not there anymore. That arena is gone. It's now a parking lot. But I saw many concerts at that arena.
To
No,
think
it's an oasis.
that Jim Morrison wrote and created all of that and passed away at the age 27, where just you're still in this developmental maturing stage at that point, and he created this epic deep catalog of music, and this whole different kind of movement is amazing. 27 years old, and it happened before that, though. Talking about 23 years old, 24 years old, running the world.
Yeah.
It's wild to think about some of the
kid.
artists that are in that 27 club, like Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix,
Janis.
like that.
Kurt
When you start
Cobain.
thinking about their body of work, and then Kurt Cobain, you start thinking about, man, that all happened in that many years. Like
Wasn't Amy Winehouse in that too? And that's a shame.
I think she got photoshopped into the poster.
Oh,
I
she
think
did.
that happened. Did that happen, Johnny? Did it?
But she was talented.
Did
too.
it
I listened to a
happen,
lot of her
Ryan?
stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm not gonna get to see this chick play. I don't know. We have to Google it.
Oh, it happened. Well, she's no longer with us, right?
No, she's no longer with us, unfortunately. But
Yeah. Let's not go in that direction and have you again doing the insensitive thing about people that are no longer with us. So
Well,
we'll just stop there.
it was by
Please.
mistake.
It was by mistake. God, awkward for if you watch that one back.
Oh, yeah, we're
from
good.
the Max
Yeah.
Horn of the Patriots and the Red Sox Sam Horn, Reggie White discussion. Yeah. But rest in peace, Reggie.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace,
Reggie.
Reggie,
Yeah.
we love you, Reg.
You a sports person?
I'm a big sports person. Yeah.
What's
Tell me
your
what-
favorite sport? Hold on, sorry to cut you off, Mike.
No,
What's your
please
favorite
do.
sport? I got 2 questions.
All right. If for a viewing sport, I'm an NFL guy.
Did you play any sports in school at any time?
I did play some high school sports. I played high school lacrosse and high school football. Was not great at either one.
You quit to play saxophone?
I did.
I did the same shit for guitar.
I think there was
I love it.
there was one football practice, and I went down and within the play, and one of the linemen stepped on my hand. I was like, "That's it. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm out."
I need those hands.
Peacefully, I'm out of here.
It's all yours, Mike. Go for it.
No, I got nothing.
I
to
lost
say.
his train of thought. Guaranteed.
No, there's no trains. There's no trains inside my
Zero
thoughts.
trains.
Train.
Now there is. What else do you do with yourself, with your time?
Oh,
Besides
say
from
one of
loving
my,
your wife.
I'd say most of my time that's not musically filled is usually fishing on the water.
Fishing.
Yeah, fishing.
What kind of rod do you have?
I'm a fly fisherman.
You're a fly
Ooh.
fisherman.
Yeah, saltwater fly fishing. My game.
Do you do your own? One of my buddies makes his own.
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Wow.
What is that?
Make
For the
your-
rest of
make
us,
your
we don't
own.
know what.
Oh,
Do you do your own little?
That is,
Own bugs?
He
I
makes
make,
his
I
own,
make, make,
fake
my,
bait.
make my own flies.
His own flies.
You make your own
It's a
flies?
Throw some-
super
throw some-
intricate, complex situation.
What
It
what
takes
is the
plenty of
fly
time.
made out of?
Feathers, fur, foam.
Wait,
It's
are you
actually
kidding me?
It's really cool. It's
You're like
actually really cool.
designing flies?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
in like
true,
a
Ryan?
vice grip, and it takes like hours. And I've seen time lapses. It's like
Y'all
it's
screwing
crazy.
with me right now?
No.
You're making flies?
No.
That is
Can you
true.
just
No less
buy a
than-
fake fly?
No less than Eli was fucking with you with his yo-yo.
You can, but it doesn't feel nearly as good when you catch something on something you
So
bought
you-
from somebody else.
You find yourself sitting around making flies?
Yeah, in the wintertime, it's a good time. It's cold. You make a bunch.
When it's cold, you make your flies.
Yeah,
so
then
your
when it-
fly making happens in the off season.
That's right.
That's so fly how that works out. Fly. We stay fly. Sky. I didn't know that about you. Do they get eyeballs? Like all the details?
I mean, some of them you can. For the most part, you can get by making something pretty simple, and you can fool a fish with something pretty
Does
simple.
anybody have a
It's in the right
picture of
time.
a fly?
I need 30 seconds, so I'm not like the guys.
I've just never made a fly before, so this is why.
So
I'm
maybe
intrigued
I
by
could be a
this scenario.
fly.
Being something about an arachnid. You're a fish guy.
As I
aren't you, Lee?
die. I was gonna
I
say
am
that
the band and the sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
How are
That's
those
right.
shows?
I already had forgotten
the
about
after party shows, right? With Pink talking fish after the fish shows,
That's
right?
true. I haven't done too many of the after party shows, but someday I'll probably. I did one with Ricky
Ricky
James
James?
a while back.
That was a couple my buddy made.
Oh yeah.
Did you guys play Simple?
I don't think we played any Fish songs in that, for that one. Oh,
Yeah, I got
make
you.
'em.
Now I see what's going on.
I'm gonna come here tomorrow, the next day,
There it is.
to do some work. I'm gonna be knocking on the
Purple.
door. Mike's gonna he's gonna have 3 different vice scripts and 3 different flies going.
Fly away now. No.
Enjoy your life, fly.
Enjoy your life. Bet you can make some money.
Lee Ross. Do
Yeah.
you you like Richard James?
Oh, love Richard James. A lot of love.
Yeah. You have a special connection to Richard James, though. That goes deeper I feel, than it does with other acts out there. Like, haven't y'all been rolling together forever?
I wouldn't be here unless if it wasn't for Richard James. I'm pretty sure the first time you and I met was when
Definitely.
when you and Richard James were sharing a bill at the Grog.
Oh,
No.
wow.
There was
Maybe.
there was a bus that brought people in from Boston, maybe, that brought a bunch of people into a show. Does that sound familiar?
That could have happened, yeah, at the Garage. That sounds like a Richard James move.
I played.
We used to
in a
definitely
lot of-
do unique things.
Yeah, he's a nonstop champion.
Dude.
Right.
What a good person.
I think I saw a shout out to him for, was it the Maceo show?
Jonny
He helped
Deups
you
just
with
walked
too?
out of the building. See you later, buddy.
He also helped me get that. He also helped me get that Maceo show for sure.
Right
Richard did.
Yep.
on. Right on, Ricky.
Ricky, always doing
Lot
good
of
things.
yeah.
I happen to be emceeing an event, speaking up at J Peak Resort last year.
Yeah.
And as I'm walking through the event center, I see a picture on the wall. It's like neighbor performing, and I look, and it's that day. And I send him a picture of the thing, and I'm like, "Are you in the same place as me?" And he's like, "Yeah, and you're on the list." And I was like, "Sweet, see you tonight." And I brought my wife and
good to be on the
my
list.
little boy, and he let him come backstage. They loved it. It was great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are killing it right now.
Yeah, they were with Mo, I think. Does that seem like a band they play with?
That's possible.
Yeah.
That's certainly possible.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. We love you, Ricky
Oh,
James.
Yeah. Go
All right, Ricky.
way, way, way back with Richard. So it's he's family.
He is
And
family.
Casey and their little one. We are family for sure.
Nice.
If people want to become family with Lee Ross,
Yeah.
where do they find you, Lee?
They can find me on the interwebs. They can
Oh,
find me
yeah.
on the interwebs.
With the S.
You can find me on the Facebook if that's your way. At Lee Ross, the Lee Ross music page is up there. If you just search Lee Ross, there aren't too many of us. On Instagram,
And the others
my
don't look
handle-
like him. These others,
It's there. There's they don't. They
not.
don't. Not too many.
No.
There's also the old Instagram, which is very findable.
Which
I
is a
think.
little bit newer than the previously
Slightly
mentioned
newer.
Facebook.
Slightly newer at Lee Ross Music.
Yeah.
That's one you can find me on there. SoundCloud, Lee Ross is on there. So I think if you want the URL is Lee Ross Music 123 on SoundCloud.
One,
about
two,
to they didn't.
one,
Lee
two,
Ross
one,
Music
two.
was not available. There's someone else has Lee Ross Music.
Dude, that is not cool of you to do. And I know you did it on purpose. Give it up and let them know
Sell
right
it
before you
back.
do it.
I had a mini heart attack recently because
Not truthful, not like
not
in
truth,
life.
not in concept. I guess yes, is a metaphorically speaking. But I got a message on Instagram that I was tagged in some photo of a show for this multi-act musical event in Maine, and I had no
Man,
awareness
that's
of
too
it.
close.
I mean, it was that I was very much not close to Maine that day, and I was playing a different show that day, and I was very, very confused. And after, my name Lee Ross was on the poster, and I searched all
How did
I
this
searched our
happen?
emails. I was like, there's every now and then something doesn't make it in the calendar. What
Yeah,
did
no, I
miss here?
understand. It's that moment
There
of panic. You're like,
is a musical artist, a woman, guitar player, singer, based in Maine, named Lee Ross.
wow.
And
Neither of you are related to Bob Ross.
not that I'm aware of.
Do you feel a special connection to Bob Ross, Lee Ross?
Oh, 100%.
You do.
Absolutely. I mean, his hair has been a
Yeah.
huge motivating figure in my life.
Truthfully.
Truthfully. I mean,
You think your hairstyle would be different if it weren't for Bob Ross?
I guess I can't say
Yeah,
for sure.
that's hypothetical. It's ridiculous
it's
of
hard
me to ask.
imagine a world without Bob Ross.
Isn't
so I don't have an answer for you on that one.
Yeah.
I'll think about it though.
You sometimes like imitate his voice as you walk around the house to
Sure.
your lady.
I have this happy little cookie right here.
Paint her a cookie.
I knew I was gonna get into that kind of cookie.
He's the cookie monster now, huh?
That's right.
Is there anything we've overlooked today, Lee?
I'm not sure. It's probably we've covered a lot.
We have. Is there
I'm-
anyone you want to tell that you love? That we just obviously.
I want to say hi to my beautiful wife, Stefania Amore.
Hi.
What
Hey,
up?
babe. I'll be home soon.
I love you too, but in a much different way.
She thought you were an amazing energy, an amazing character.
Oh, I felt the same about her. That's
She was,
why
she was really, really happy to put the energy with the name.
we were just the same immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Who else are we giving love to?
Who else are we gonna give some love to? I want to give some love to everyone that's ever been to a Lee Ross show.
Yeah.
That's
That is really nice of you to go to see Lee.
it's I really appreciate it. It's incredibly nice of you to donate your time.
Clearly, yeah, it is.
And I hope to see you all again.
Yeah. Pat, anything else you want to say to this kid here?
Keep on blowing the horn, man.
Ryan, put it on one. Come over here.
Put it on one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hope
Put
the
it
road-
on one? What does that mean?
Put it on one.
Oh.
It's on the
I'm saying
on the
put it
switch.
on
I'm only going to do that only because you said so.
Jam it on the one. Jam it on the one. Did you bring your horn?
Put it on the
Wanna play a
one.
quick line?
I do have a horn. I do have a horn here.
Does that take too much time?
It'll take me just a few minutes. I can.
We don't have to do that.
It's whatever you want. I'm here.
Seems
I'm here
complicated.
for you.
Yeah, go get it.
All right.
Set it up nice.
Grab the horn.
Give me just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you got minutes here. If you're all right with that. Jimmy's. What's up with Jimmy's in Wrightsville Beach, South Carolina?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna
We'll get back to that.
back to that in just a couple.
Yeah. Ryan Inc., you started some sort of lower that mic down a little bit there. It's set by your forehead. Johnny loves that.
Too close.
Now that Johnny's not here, I'll say he's got to put the mic down a little bit.
Below my
You
chin.
started some sort of. You're slanging firewood, I guess is what
yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
Got the small X
Slanging
firewood hat
firewood.
on and
Yeah.
sweatshirt.
yeah. It's my everyday gear.
So you went from basically never splitting wood
No,
to
probably never once.
you guys are already sold out for the year over at Small X Firewood.
Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
to made it
Big
happen.
trees
Don't
left.
call me till next year,
Yeah.
at least for firewood.
Don't call Small X Firewood
Sold
Firewood
out.
this year. They sold out. That's because you guys have all the things. Incredible customer service. You do what you say. You're there on time. And as long as you hide your partner, what's his name?
Nicholas.
Meatball.
Or AKA Meatball.
As long
Yeah,
as
we can
the
call him
customers
Meatball.
I'm just kidding, buddy. I love you. How's Meatball as a partner?
He's good.
He's good.
He likes to get it done. You know?
He does.
Yeah.
He's a get-it-done
There's
person.
not much hesitation.
No hesitation.
No.
Can you do this? He's like, of course we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And then it happens.
Yeah. And then it happens.
So, do you take some firewood for your own home?
Oh yeah.
Does Meatball know about that?
Oh yeah. He gets some too.
He gets
He
some.
probably takes more than I do, and I don't even know. You know.
Look into that camera there and tell the world, how much does it cost for one cord of firewood?
1 quart of firewood, at least today, is $500.
$500.
$500.
$500.
Probably cheaper than oil though.
Is that? Is it
Oh, yeah.
end up being? How many
Oh,
fires?
Many fires.
Many. That's a
Yeah.
good explanation.
cord
of
is
the
what?
number.
Like a year's worth.
4 by 8
for,
foot?
for most people. Yeah. For most people, a year's worth.
Like a
winter.
season, a winter's
Yeah, a
worth.
winter's worth.
And you can burn 24 hours a day, need be.
Well, maybe not 24
Okay,
hours
alright,
a day,
alright.
but yeah.
Where you finding these
Within
trees that you
reason.
cut into little pieces of wood? Can we
Oh,
talk about that? Is that
Yeah,
allowed?
Yeah, all over the place.
All over. They're growing everywhere,
you know,
Michael.
Make friends with tree services.
Yeah.
There's also trees on the side of the road everywhere for free.
And you can just take those trees.
Yeah. Once you're in it, you start
He's
picking
grabbing
them out as
trees
you
off the
drive.
road.
Wow.
Like, oh, those are definitely some free logs that the state left there.
So you're a
Cutting
tree
the steel
grabber.
out of our road
Sometimes. Not every day.
Oh, yeah. That's nice. Now we have a saxophone here.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. You have something you really want? You would like. This is where I shine on this 45-second Lee Ross original solo from my. Now I'm really pigeonholing it from the new album.
Let's see. Oh,
Do you know the solos from the album?
do I? I could
Loosely.
loosely. I think that it's certainly it would sound potentially a little strange without
gotcha.
the. It's like,
Give me something that sounds so good right now, Lee.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, baby.
let's see, there's always there's the go-to.
Clever Lee. Never in my life have I even blown into a saxophone. You're awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you very much. It's awesome to be here. It's really
Yeah.
awesome to be here. And I guess I should give a little shout. You asked about this.
Yeah, let's talk
facility.
about
this
that.
This is a place down in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, that I
What
play at a
I
whole
love
bunch.
Wrightsville.
Wrightsville is a magical place, and they and Jimmy and Keaton, the owners of Jimmy's, have been. They're like family to me. I've been playing down there. I think the first time I played down there, I think they had only been open for about 6 months or a year.
Wow.
And there was like maybe 2 people there. And now when I go down there, I'll do 2 nights in a row. That place is packed to the gills every single night of the week. And I'm not even
No
kidding.
exaggeration.
I'm not
That's
even
what's going on.
exaggerating. It's in a really amazing place. Every year around
One
the
more time, the
holiday
name of the establishment?
Jimmy's. The name is Jimmy's, and that's in Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, right by the beach.
Go
Right
to
on,
Jimmy's
And if
in Wrightsville Beach.
actually they're doing
Let's
something
go.
really special. Actually,
What is the special thing you're doing, Jimmy's?
every year in the holidays they do a bike drive. They try to collect bikes and to help out kids that don't have a bike.
I love
get a
that.
bike for the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
nice,
I think
man.
last year I believe they did about maybe 1,500, 2,000 bikes.
Wow.
That's
They-
Crushing it.
It's a lot. They got a lot of people in the community that contribute, and people just come out of the woodwork.
2,000 bikes, man. Wow.
They've been doing it every year, and it's a really amazing cause. So if you have a
job,
small
Jimmy's.
kid's bike, a children's bike that you like, that's your
Like a
kid's
small
outgrown,
kid's
it's
bike or like
small.
an average sized
I
kid's
think
bike?
I think they'll take just about anything.
Yeah, okay.
They'll take just about anything, and they, if you don't have a bike and just want to make a donation, Jimmy's Bike Drive has its own site and everything. But
You love
if
them.
you got an extra little kid's bike, go send it down to Jimmy's.
Wow.
So that
Jimmy.
Good
someone-
work, Jimmy's.
Yeah.
If you had an extra totally cliche sax line, what would that be?
Oh, I got one that's very cliche.
All right.
Oh, let's see. Yeah.
I knew there was a chance it was going to be that one, Lee.
It's one of those ones, you know.
Yeah. Thanks for taking the saxophone out.
Hey, thanks for encouraging it.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was going to make for something nice.
It is something that I like
It's
to
good
do.
to see you with that in your hand
Yeah.
there. I can see your enjoyment, confidence. There's a connection here. It's been a long
it's-
relationship.
You know, when I asked my wife to marry me, I did let her know that, hey, it's a group thing.
It's a group thing, baby. Yeah. All right. Well, I love you, man. I do.
I love you right back. I love you right back. I really appreciate you having me here.
Hell yeah.
And for all the help that you've given to me and support throughout the years here. I'm looking forward to many more years of some awesome
I will continue to do anything
many more
I
years of
can for
enjoyment
you.
of the life.
Yeah. And I think that you are succeeding and will continue to succeed in this journey.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing that together.
Yeah, buddy. Ryan Inc., thanks for being in the room today.
Right on.
Small axe firewood.
Yeah.
Get your firewood from them if you can.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they're selling 2 cords. There's a bazillion cords flying out of the place. Get hit with small axe firewood. Phall Roots is over here.
Falling out roots.
Let them know, everybody out there, be aware that Phall Roots was a little bit concerned about the color of the shirt today. I want y'all to watch this clip and then tell Phall Roots, hey, looks good in that color there.
All right.
You look sharp.
So just like my first bass in 1988.
And all you need is the bass.
Or maybe 87. But yeah, let's hear the comments out there.
Yeah. Jonny Deups was here. He had to go get some
duped out.
roast beef sandwiches over at Pomodori's. Yeah. That's it. It's the end of the show. I got to say thank you to each and every one of y'all for taking any time, any moments, minutes, seconds from your life to watch the show. We appreciate that. It's so sweet of you, and I mean that. Look me in the eye. Yeah, I do. I love our sponsors at Enjoy Your Life brand, Rockport Brewing Company, and New Balance. Hold on. Ryan, go over there next to the switcher. Oh, this is good. Yeah, you see those 2 boxes? Oh, to the left. The red boxes that yeah. So one of those is a size a 10. It says 10 on it, one of those. On the side, on where it has the size. Here it is. And I'm going to hand this to you.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah, and then there's one shirt there, the white one. Grab that too. I love you. Ryan does not work for me. He is just doing the things that I ask him to. So nice of you.
He's really good at
He
that.
is.
Yeah.
We've worked together for years. Me and Ryan speak the same language. Dude knows how to get that's it. Yeah.
And I look and there's
I was talking to you like you weren't you. All right. When you come on offering something, we respect you for taking the time out of your life and moving your physical body into this room. So we give you gifts, while you're living. So this first one, it's an Enjoy Your Life tank top because I know you're a summertime vibes guy.
Wow.
Right?
It's going to look good on
Yes.
Look at that.
all these beach
Lee
shows.
Ross definitely represents Enjoy Your Life brand. And
Absolutely.
right here, I got this super sweet red box with a New Balance logo on it that has your size 10 sneaker inside of it. And what does it look like? Oh, look at those fresh for Lee Ross, a new pair of sneakers from our super good friends over at New Balance. Yeah, man, that's a reality.
Thank you, New Balance, and thank you, Enjoy Your Life. Wow, this is awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was going to drive home, but I think I'm just going to put these on. I'm just going to run home.
Don't forget the tasty beer from Rockport Brewing Company.
Yeah.
And Rockport,
He won't be taking that home. It's gone into his body.
This will not be part of that. Yeah, thank you.
There's
Rockport.
water in
Thank
that
you, New
can.
Balance.
Yo,
Thank you all so
offering
much.
something, loves Lee Ross. I think that's it. We've accomplished the goal. Yeah.
That's right.
What a nice talk. The show is over. I like to get people to scream here for a moment. Like everyone to just go, yeah, all hand together. Yeah! I don't know why I like that, but I do. That's the end of the show, my friends. We love you. It's offering something. Definitely get hip with Lee Ross. This is a good human right here that creates exceptional music. Yo, you are beautiful, the most beautiful you can ever be when you are being yourself. This is the end of the show. See you later. Yeah.